me.
So I was homesick. I had a cold, and I was bored, and so I decided to go up the hill with my dog, and so then we walk up the hill, and we get to the top, and it's just like this little grass kind of mound there because the snow is melted up there, and so we're walking around, and I go up there like all the time on my free time and look around and stuff, and so I go up there and I see this little pipe sticking out of the ground like this much, and so I look at it and it looks like a sprinkler, and so I'm wondering, and my dog is off playing with his toy, and so I bend down and I touch it and I hear a pop and then a hiss, and then so that's the gas coming out, and like it was orange powder, and it got on my I had sweats on, so a sweatshirt and sweatpants luckily, so the orange powder was on my left calf and then my forearm, and it got in my eye as well, so I was freaking out.
And it kind of knocked you backwards, didn't it?
Yeah,
it was a loud
pop.
sound.
It was the pop, and it like kind of scared me, and the air rushed out.
Your left eye is red today.
Well, that's because I was sick, and so I went over to the snow to quickly wash it off my clothes and my eye, and so but then I hear my dog mumbling, and so then I because I'm gonna go down because like I didn't think that was a good thing to have, so we were gonna go back down, so I'm like, his name is Casey, he's a yellow lab, and I'm like, Casey, here, and he just stays on the ground mumbling, and I thought he was playing with his toy, but I saw his toy like a couple yards away from him, so I knew it wasn't that, so I called him again, and so I got really scared. I sprinted towards him, like landed on my knees, and I saw him, and I saw this red froth coming from his mouth, and like his eyes turning glassy, and he was like having a seizure, and so I was holding him, and I didn't know what to do, and so I thought like the best thing, he might not have much time, so I thought the best thing to do was to sprint down and get someone's help, and so he was still doing it, and so I sprinted down, I came down the mountain, and then I got my mom in the house, and I yelled at her, and so then we called my dad, who was at work, and he came rushing home, but it's like a 10-minute drive if you speed, and so we go up there again, and he was gone. Like, he was just...
Well, when I went up there with you, he was gone.
Yeah, and so, like, and then I had to come back down and get my dad, and then we came back up again, and he was gonna resuscitate him, but we knew it was poison, so we didn't, and then he was gone.
Basically, it suffocated.
So then we knew it was poison, so I had to take off all my clothes and go down the mountain, like, naked with just my shoes and my underwear, and so I was just carrying those by my side, and then when we got down, we called the police. Police came, like, my dad carried the dog down, so the dog, we laid him on the side of the road, and the cops came, and I told them the whole situation, and then the fire department came, and then they called the hazmat crew, and then they put my clothes in a bag. I had to take a shower, and so then I had to go get my blood drawn, and right as we were leaving, the hazmat team came, so... and they were the reason they figured out. They said nobody knew exactly what it was, and they said it was a cyanide bomb, and there was another one up there, and it was to kill the coyotes. And so they said, you better go to the hospital now. And so then I go to the hospital, and I get my blood drawn. I'm good. Everybody gets their blood drawn. And then all the cops and firemen that went up the hill had to get their blood drawn as well. And the guy... I think he was from the Department of Agriculture. Yeah, he was. He was from the Department of Agriculture, right? Mm-hmm. So he came. I didn't see him, but we saw his car, and so, he came, and he had to take the dog because he was filled with cyanide. We can't take care of him, and I think that's kind of dumb. Like, it's our dog, and so... And then also my clothes, they put in a bag, and I can't have them anymore, and brand new clothes. And so then when we came back, basically everybody was still here. They told us probably not go up there soon, but we kind of stayed
away from it.
Yeah, and then Yeah.
That's it. That's crazy, man.
You feeling all right?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah. You seem like you're, pretty well composed.
Yeah, I'm pretty lucky.
Yeah, for sure. You feel lucky.
Super lucky.
Yeah. That's probably one of the tougher things you've ever had to go through. I mean,
Yeah.
doing something like that, I could only imagine.
It was such strong wind, that's why it didn't get me.
Yeah. So you were upwind from when
Yeah,
it
and
happened?
they say it can like go into your skin and into your bloodstream, but I had a jacket on and luckily I took it off.
Right. I mean, you sounded like you, kind of had the smarts to understand a little bit of what was going on. I mean,
Yeah, nobody knew what it was. They're like,
Well,
what is this?
he was really good about, because when I went up there, I wanted to see if I could still save Casey,
Right.
And he was like, Mom, don't go near him, don't go near him, Mom. It's poison. I know it's poison. Something shot out. It's poison. And I didn't listen to him, unfortunately. So I tried to, I just was trying to shake him and trying to get him to. I thought, well, maybe he's like passed out, or maybe he's choking. And I was trying to look in his mouth, and I was trying to, but Canyon knew. He saw what had happened, and he knew it was bad.
And the guy said that that planted him there. He said he got like consent, like it's right on the border of our property. But like we called the guy, he said no, I don't know this guy. And he said he put signs up.
Yeah.
No signs. I would have noticed it because I go up there all the time.
Right.
Yeah, he spends
It's
a ton
just
of time up there.
like he said he had like planks with signs wrapped around it. Like no, nothing there.
So you think this is something they've installed recently?
Yeah, they did
Yeah.
it on February 25th. He put them in without any warning.
No
Without-
letter, no telling anyone.
Yeah, and I don't know if I think Dad has ran up there a couple of times. Have you been running up there? I mean, he could have tripped one.
Yeah.
Like there was no warning. No, and
That's
it's
not-
just, I don't know if you guys have seen on Facebook all the,
Yeah, I've seen them and I've done a bunch of research. It's pretty much just a metal
Yeah.
cylinder that they fill with this chemical, and it has a black cap on it that's covered in beeswax and spring loaded. When the spring triggers off, it ruptures the seal on the beeswax on that cap, and that's when all the propellant, the chemicals shoot
and
up.
they bait it for,
Yeah, they bait it. They usually
Yeah,
put
so
like,
like it's
coyote
encouraging
urine
for a
or-
dog.
Or it's a metal thing out in the wilderness.
Right,
What human's not going to go to that?
right. It's like it's
I
like a
mean,
sprinkler
don't
head.
you go,
Yeah.
what is that?
It's-
Boom, and you're
Yeah.
dead?
Yeah, right.
There used to be like a yellow can with the skull and crossbones
Yeah.
on it.
Dog,
Something.
it wasn't the dog that triggered it. You did. You
Yeah.
triggered it, right? And so did the dog, and you
The dog was downwind.
hit right in front
Dog
of you.
was downwind. The gas went over to him. He inhaled it
Gotcha.
and then like died in like
When it
2
went off, and
minutes.
it was probably like a spur, it's like kind of like a, when that goes off, did the dog like run after it and kind of like try to protect
I
you from
wasn't.
it?
I didn't see him. I just heard him mumbling, and I
He
didn't.
had the stuff in his eye.
Yeah, he's
So
all-
He's freaking out. He runs to the snow and starts getting it out of his eye, then his arm, then his leg.
and by the time he gets to the back of the dog,
He looks
it's
back.
Like I heard him mumbling before,
Unconscious.
but he usually just plays with his toy in the snow, like just and then shaking it, and I thought that was the case, but when I saw his toy, like I'm like this isn't right, like there's something wrong.
So what do you think? Maybe not for you, but for anybody, what's like the biggest takeaway from something like this? Or what do you feel like people? Do you feel like people should, what do you think people should know about something like this?
I mean, don't let anyone put these anywhere. I think they're wrong. I mean, you can't shoot a gun near a road. Why can you plant a bomb near a house?
Right.
And it kills you in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the lab was like 90 pounds and Canyon's like 100.
Yeah.
And
I
so
mean,
there's
scary.
not, it could have gotten him. I mean, the whole sign thing and that doesn't work.
right.
Like,
Well,
they need to be
it doesn't work,
illegal.
A, because they didn't put up any signs. And they're trying to say they did. And they didn't.
Yeah.
They didn't tell anybody either.
Right.
So I know in Idaho we try not to be too cross.
Yeah.
I read the paper, we're very gentle. But they didn't put it.
They're blatantly lying about
They're
them.
liars.